Hello, besties. Welcome to another episode of Your New B.F.F. I'm your host, Sophie, and in this podcast, we chit-chat all about positivity, realness, and the journey to your highest self. After this episode, I want you to leave feeling inspired and high vibe. So let's tune in because I'm so excited you're here with me today. Hello, besties. Welcome back to another episode. We are on episode 44. We're halfway there to episode 50 and the last episode of 2023. OMG. Guys, this feels pretty surreal. I'm just so excited for 2024. I'm so proud of honestly really dedicating myself this year to the podcast. And I know I had my moments when I was kind of in and out of the podcast, being really consistent and then kind of not, but I feel like that was the main lessons for 2023 and getting my groove and kind of really stepping into this up-leveled new version of me. And this is what this episode is going to be all about, talking about our next level self. This is going to be taking the new year, new me to the next fucking level. 2023 taught me so much about consistency to really gain that momentum, and not just the consistency because I was, keeping up the consistency, but also just being really fucking clear on who it is that you want to be, right? And not just who you want to be, who you are, right? So I'm not just being someone, I am this person, right? So I really wanted to get into it with you guys in this episode because when I was thinking and reflecting on my 2023, I was really looking into what is it that I gained the most of and what do I want us to take into 2024? And it's being clear on who the fuck you are. I feel like that reflection for me in 2023 just made me feel so much more confident. I feel kind of unshakable, right? Unfuckwithable. So I want you guys, my besties, to be feeling the same, and I want you guys to get into this energy to really make 2024 your best fucking year. And even if it is or isn't your best year, it can be a year of growth, right? And a year that's going to shift you into alignment and just kind of catapult you that much closer to your manifestations. So I felt like this was a powerful introduction into the episode, as it deserves. So this episode, I really wanted to kind of talk about becoming your dream girl, becoming that person that you are putting on your mood board, that you're putting on your vision board, the Instagram accounts that you follow, the inspiration TikTok girlies that you follow, or YouTube, all those things, whatever it is. Maybe it's a boss ass CEO, maybe it's you guys, I'm trying to come up with all these examples, but whatever that is to you, because your dream person can be so many things, right? Whatever it is, I want you guys to have clarity and know who the fuck that is. Because when we're in this process of finding ourselves and discovering ourselves, it can really feel like we're navigating through a dense fog, right? And sometimes the path is foggy and a little bit obscured. And our life just has so much complexities and so many different aspects to who we are that it can be overwhelming, right? And it can be, like I said, an obscured path in the process of self-discovering who you are. We have career, personal relationships, families, our mindset, our fitness goals, our hobbies, feeling fulfillment, our friendships, our social life, our work life. And attaining all this clarity involves a lot of different layers. So before we just jump into the episode, I just want to get clear with you guys, no pun intended, on what exactly is clarity. So let's get clear on clarity, because clarity is more than just okay, I have clarity, I understand. right? The clarity that we're talking about is this beacon that illuminates our purpose, our desires, and our direction and our alignment. And when we don't have this clarity, without this clear vision, we are stumbling across this fog and we're just like, where am I? Where am I going? Who am I? And with 2023 coming to an end and we're stepping into this new year, new me era, I just want us to shed all those parts of us that are just not serving us anymore. And we can step into our higher purpose and our next level self. That's just meant to be clear, illuminated, and with more guidance. This episode is all about getting effing clear on your desires for 2024 and who and what you want to be and where you're going. And before we just get more into it, if you guys are new here, thank you for being here. Join the Bestie squad. I'm so thankful that you guys are here. And it's a great way to find my podcast at the end of the year. So thank you guys for the returning listeners. I'm so thankful for everybody. And I'm so excited to see this podcast and community grow. So if you guys know any like-minded baddies that have this growth mindset and are ready to just up level and tap into their authentic selves, make sure you share the podcast and leave a review because that really supports the pod. And thank you. I start each episode with a quote, and today's quote is by one of my certification instructors, Deepak Chopra. The more clarity you achieve, the more you will find that the universe is on your side, supporting your thoughts and intentions. Therefore, focus on clarity, not on getting results. The results will come according to their own rhythm and timing. I effing love this quote because it not only just talks about like how when we have clarity, we're in alignment, we're co-creating with the universe on our side, but it's also talking about not to focus on the end result, to really be in the present moment and grateful for the journey. Discovering clarity is going to require you to release any expectations and shame around your desires. I don't want you guys to feel limited. This episode and this practice is meant to be with no limits, no shame, no expectations. We are going to have a little task at the end of the episode that's going to prep us into the new year. So I want this episode to kind of like get your mind wet. That way when you get to the end of the episode with the journaling prompts, you are feeling like ready to go. Okay, so we are just gonna tap into it. So there's just no limits. Think beyond the moon, think beyond the stars, because to get clear, besties, we must shed any thoughts, expectations, limitations, shame, fears, any of those like icky feelings that we have surrounding our dreams and desires. They gotta go. So I want you guys to just take a big deep breath and a long exhale. Let's do that right now. A big deep breath, long exhale. Bring yourself to the present moment and make a mind muscle connection with the crown chakra at the top of your head. And be open to answers from source, from the universe. In manifestation, you have to be ambiguous, basically an open channel to interpretation. Open your crown chakra and be open to different answers, downloads, solutions, and guidance that the universe is sending you. Let your intuition guide you. When you're basking in this energy of presence and receiving and openness, this is when you're going to receive answers and enlightenment. And in your manifesting journey, besties, we must be clear on what the hell we want, because our energy has to be a direct beam to the universe. Our energy needs to be clear to the universe on what it is that we want. Because if we're giving it mixed signals, we're getting mixed results, right? Like, we're going to be getting what we're putting out. So we need to be clear on who the fuck we are and what we are manifesting. And the more clear we become, the more that actually is going to fuel our motivation to getting things done, right? Because I feel like a lot of times we kind of not prioritize the things that are going to get us to our manifestations. And so by having this clarity, you're going to be giving yourself that motivation and that fuel to get shit done. Because we know where we're headed, we know how to get there, and that drive is just going to intensify. So the clearer we are the clearer we are, the clearer the path. And when the path is clear, we know where we're going, which is so important. Like, we know exactly what we need to do to get there. And this is so important because I don't know if you guys have seen, there's like a meme or like a quote meme going around that I've seen on threads and stuff that says direction is much more important than speed. And it's so like, this is exactly what we're talking about. You can be going so fast and like, oh yes, let's just, on autopilot, but you're not going nowhere. So the clearer we are on where we're going and what the path is, this is how we are going to attract much faster, because we are going to be in alignment and clear of our journey. To uncover this clarity, we are going to have to ask ourselves questions. What do we want? Right? And how can we change our perspective? We have to take time to mindfully and be deliberate in our thinking so that we can make better decisions for ourselves, right? So if you know you want to be a content creator, right? Like, you know that you're going to have to like post a certain amount per day or per week, right? That's being clear on what steps you need to take, right? If you want to save a certain amount of money by the end of the year, you got to be clear on what steps you got to take with that. Be mindful and be deliberate in what you want, right? Why do you truly want that? Where is that desire coming from? Is it coming from a place of ego? Or is it coming from a place of love and your soul's calling? Because let me tell you, when it comes from a place of ego, it's going to feel really hard. And I feel both manifestations, like, they're all going to have their challenges. But when you're following things out of ego, bestie, life is not going to feel fulfilled. You're just going to continuously feel like there's something missing, like you have to continuously be chasing something. It's never good enough. Manifestation takes time. And I feel like this is such a misconception, because I'm always seeing how manifest things in 24 hours, manifest this in a day, which is totally possible and it can always happen. But you can't rush a flower's bloom, because rushing is never going to it's never going to really give you clarity. And in this process, you have to be patient. You have to take your time and enjoy the journey. Like the quote said, you can't just focus on the destination. When you're just focusing on the end result, it's taking you out of this frequency of gratitude. And it's taking you out of the moments of learning your lessons and being in the present moment. So you have to get yourself in the present moment and to enjoy the journey, because otherwise it's going to make it so hard. It's not going to make it enjoyable. Your energy is just not going to be high vibe, because it's going to be feeling forced, like, oh, I have to do these tasks. Oh, I have to do these things to get to my manifestation, and I don't want to. Like, I don't feel like, whatever the steps are that you might need to take, right? Whether it's I want to get 10,000 steps a day and you're feeling lazy about it, right? So you have to be really clear and focus on the journey and not the end result. Focusing on the end result is just going to shift you out of alignment and put you in a low vibrational state. When we remain grounded and in the present moment, this is what's going to provide us clarity throughout our process. So remembering that this is a journey and remaining patient, bestie, this is what's key to what's building our faith and the belief in ourselves and in our process. Do not underestimate this. Like, I am putting like that big like yellow caution, like visualize that right now. Do not underestimate this. The journey is where you're being made. This is where your faith lies, and the belief in yourself and in the process. So it's not just about getting what you want, it's developing this deep trust with the universe and your ability to co-create with the universe your reality. Because it's life, we're gonna have moments where we're gonna be feeling super fucking badass. We're gonna be feeling that crystal clear insight, like our intuition's gonna be on point. And then there's gonna be moments in life and periods of we're feeling down and we're feeling it's gonna be foggy again, right? And it's gonna be murky. So you have to be grounded and acknowledge that we're not always going to have all the answers, because again, our journey is lifelong, and we must acknowledge that and be gentle with ourselves and practice self-compassion and know that this clarity is not going to happen from 2023 to 2024. Although you can gain a lot of growth, know that it emerges over time, and it's okay to be in a period of uncertainty. I want you guys to know that there's no pressure in this, or in this year, or 2024, in this episode. It's all about being consistent, because consistency breeds progress. And that is what this is all about. It's about improvement. Last episode, we talked about excuses. And one of the quotes that we used was, make improvements, not excuses. So this little catchphrase, consistency breeds progress, goes really hand in hand with that. Just reiterating, clarity is not just this instant revelation. Like I said, like it's not going to go from December 31st. So it's January 1st. Like, I'm so clear on everything. It's a gradual unfolding. So that's why I tell you, do not underestimate embracing the journey, and let each step bring you closer to that light of understanding. For 2024, I want us to tap into the present moment and get clear as fuck at who we want to be in the beginning of 2024. So you don't even have to think about the whole year, because I know for me, that can sometimes be just like a lot to think about, like, oh my gosh, for the 12 months. Just focus on right now, in the present moment. And this is where this episode is just about to get that much more magical and powerful, because I'm going to give you guys our little task. So I want you guys to grab your journal, diary, notepad, whatever you can write on that's going to make you feel good and that you can keep handy throughout the year of 2024. And before you start getting into your journaling, I want you guys, and I encourage you guys, to start with a short meditation. I suggest like 15 to 20 minutes. But you can do as short as 5 to 10, whatever you feel comfortable with, or if you want it longer meditation, that works too. Just make sure you're sitting upright in an engaged posture, and we're going to visualize. I want you guys to visualize and just imagine the person that you want to be and manifest in 2024. And the first thing that I want you guys to do is just jot down all the words and things that come up. So if you want to be like rich, Tesla, mansion, dog, boyfriend, new friends, new job, promotion, like just write everything down, like spiritual growth, strengthen my manifesting powers, like just write everything down. Once you kind of like brainstorm everything, I want you guys to start this journal prompt of, what would my life look like if I had everything I ever wanted? No matter how unrealistic, like I want this to be like fun. Okay, like I want you to just be like, if it's your dream, right? What's on your vision board? Envision that life and write out what your ideal day looks like, where you are, who you're with, what you're celebrating, what achievements are you going to celebrate 2024. Write a detailed description of your life at the next best level and be super fucking specific. Like, where are you living? Do you know the area? Like, put the area down. Is it a house? If you're in a building, what floor? What building? Okay, are you living with friends? Are you living close to friends? Be specific. Where you're working, what your office looks like, how much you're making, what you're investing, everything. Okay, I want you guys to be super specific and fun with it. I want you guys to think of it like, remember the game MASH? Okay, I hope that doesn't make me sound old, but like, if you guys know MASH, think of it like MASH, except like 10 times better, because this is like the adult version and we are putting it all out there. And then once you guys do that, I want you guys to create a Pinterest account if you don't already have one, and create a vision board that's surrounding everything you've journaled. I am going to also post the journal prompt over on the Instagram, which is Your Manifestation Bestie on Instagram, and my personal one is XO Angel Soaps. You guys can follow me on over there. That way I share more things on my stories and we can chit chat. And that is all for you guys today. I wanted to keep it short. I know it's a busy weekend. I want you all to have such a safe and happy new year. I'm so excited to talk to you next year. Like next week in 2024. I'm so excited to see what it's going to bring us. It's going to bring a lot of growth into this community. I am manifesting like-minded besties, and I'm so excited to see where it takes us. Thank you guys so much for being here. And if you are new here, do not go just yet. I end the episode with 3 affirmations that you can have for until the next episode. I am confidently stepping into my next best level self. I trust the journey of my life, and I am open to the opportunities and lessons that will lead me to my highest potential. Every day, in every way, I am becoming a better version of myself. Thank you so much for being here on this one, besties, and I'll speak to you next week. Love ya. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of YNBFF. If you love what you heard, please support by following our podcast and leaving a stellar review. You can also follow my socials posted in the show notes. I am so excited to catch you in the next episode, and until then, stay feeling high, blessed, and divine, besties. Bye!